Hey YouTube, we are back again this week for another video portion of the Daly Dose Sports Podcast. Hope everyone out there is doing well. Hope you're all staying healthy, and I hope you're all getting ready for the new year. Because yes, it is our final YouTube video of 2020, and this week on the Daly Dose video, we're actually making our New Year's resolutions for 2021. And I actually have a few things that I am going to change in the new year, and I want you all here as witnesses to the big changes we are making here at the Dose. We haven't actually started the show just yet, so let's do that right now. Wednesday, December 30th, 2020, you are listening to the Daly Dose Sports Podcast, and I am your host, Clint Daly, coming to you from the Mile High City here in Denver, Colorado, and we are back for another week of talking sports with a dose of common sense. Hey, happy Wednesday to you. I hope your week is going well. I hope you and your family and your friends are all staying healthy out there. We are happy to have you here with us today. And of course, we have just one more day left in the year 2020. So there's that. Oh, I know. Calm down. It's not like anything actually changes when we flip that calendar though, right? But with this being the end of the year, we are going to start 2021 brand new. And we are going to be making some healthy changes. And I know there are a lot of people out there that are going to be making some New Year's resolutions. And today on the Dose, I am actually going to be making some New Year's resolutions myself. Because we have some resolutions we need to have here at the Dose. I mean, 2020 has taught me some valuable lessons. And I am going to be making big, sweeping changes for the new year here at the Dose. As they say, new year, new me, right? I think that's what they say. So let's get some New Year's resolutions out of the way before we go any further today. I want to get some things on the table before we go any further. And starting off, one of the things that I really want to focus on in 2021, I really want to be a more positive person here at the Dose in 2021. I'm actually going to start encouraging fat guys in 2021. I might send a Hallmark encouragement card to Houston Rockets guard James Harden that says something like, hey, you're just a big guy that did a smoothie detox. It's okay. And you know what? I'm going to start talking about how brave Kansas City Chiefs head coach Andy Reid is. Live your best life, King. Why do males get biased against when it comes to their weight, by the way? Because have you noticed, if a guy's fat, he's just fat. Like, you're just a fat guy. If a girl's fat, she's a brave, amazing spokesperson that is standing up against body shaming. I mean, get her big behind in a bikini and get some stilettos on her because she is a brave soldier. Fight on, queen. But not James Harden. He's just a big fat slob that has spent way too much time eating at the strip club buffet. Side note to James Harden. Eating at the strip club, I don't know, seems a little less than sanitary conditions to me. I don't want to find a hair in my egg roll there, you know? So that is a New Year's resolution I'm going to be making in 2021. We're going to be positive to the fat guys in sports. Another New Year's resolution for us here at the Dose, and it might be a little bit costly. It might actually cost us some money here at the Dose, but I think it's going to bring in some big business. Get ready for this. We have a new Daly Dose promo that we are coming out with. Kids 12 and under, listen for free. Hey, I've heard these kind of promos really bring in the business for some places. Why not try it here at the Daly Dose? Trying to get some more listeners, and I think we're going to go that route next. Now, the next resolution that I'm going to make, it's a little more personal, and I won't lie to you. It's not going to be easy, but I'm going to try my best. In 2021, I am going to try to have way less Tom Cruise-like meltdowns when I yell at my Daly Dose staff. And I'll be honest with you. I'll be upfront. I'm not going to stop them completely. We all know that. But I'm going to try to do them less. I lose a lot of employees that way. By the way, speaking of the Tom Cruise leaked video, we all know who leaked it. It was Tom Cruise. Because we saw him going off on the set of Mission Impossible, like 47 or whatever, and he has this righteous anger. He's saying all the right things. You're gonna wear your mask or you're gonna get thrown off the movie set. But it's kind of funny because if you listen to the whole thing, like, he runs out of steam a few times. And then he has to repeat the same things, and he kind of has to charge himself up again because no one on the set is arguing with him. Like, it would have been way better if Tom Cruise would have said, you're going to start wearing masks or you're going to get fired. And someone would have said, like, well, Tom, I was just picking something up and I was outside and I wasn't near anyone, so I took my mask off because I couldn't breathe. Then he could have went crazy again. No one says anything. So he just keeps yelling, and then it kind of dies down, and then he picks it back up, and then it kind of dies down, and then he picks it back up again. I think the biggest thing we heard in that Tom Cruise rant was just the fact that he's still completely insane. I mean, go jump on Oprah's couch again. Go running with your karate chopping hands, Tom. We know you're still a loon. One more resolution for me as I do the podcast here on the Daily Dose, and it won't be easy. But in 2020, I will no longer be taking all of those cheap shots at Los Angeles Lakers superstar LeBron James. I know. You're probably just used to me making fun of his hair, or making fun of the fact that he walks like a duck, or making fun of the fact that he's on his way to destroying the NBA with his so-called leadership, but that's it. I'm not making fun of LeBron James anymore. I mean, unless we have like a really good joke for that blowhard Jordan wannabe. Other than that, though, I'm not doing it. I'm not making fun of LeBron James anymore. I'm going to try to be on my best behavior from now on. I know, just lost listeners saying that. Okay, I've got another resolution, and it's for the podcast itself. Starting in 2021 on the Daily Dose Sports Podcast, we are going to start handing out prizes every single week. And I'm talking about big prizes. We're going to be handing out like game tickets, Super Bowl tickets, things like that. If you are the 100th caller to the Daily Dose every week, you are in for a big, big prize. Gonna start getting that going as well. Again, trying to drum up some more business, trying to get some more listeners. Another thing that we want to do as far as the podcast, one resolution that we have to make, we have got to stop taking any sort of business or sports or podcast advice from ESPN. Man, have they had a rough year. I mean, think about what ESPN has gone through in 2020. They had to fire guys like John Clayton. They had to fire Mark Stein. They had to fire Claire Smith and Ivan Maisel and Dan Le Batard. And yes, some of it is due to the shutdowns and all the craziness that has gone on with this health pandemic in 2020. And a lot more of it has gone on because ESPN has gone full political, and sports fans don't really want to hear what their politics are. They want to hear and watch sports. I mean, we have actually seen ESPN slowly turning into MTV. Less and less of what they originally were founded as, and more just this kind of weird nonsense that no one really wants to watch. So I don't think we're going to be watching ESPN and trying to learn how to do what they do anymore. No thanks. I mean, here at The Dose, we've barely had to lay off anyone in 2020. There's been some layoffs, but less, way less. Finally, the last New Year's resolution that I am making for 2021, and I am dead serious about this. We started doing these YouTube videos back in, I think the first one was back in April this year, something like that. And we just put a quick clip of the podcast in video form. You can kind of see in the Daily Dose studio, you can kind of see, I don't know, what's going on here on my desk or whatever. Just a quick clip of the podcast that week. But I'm telling you right now, after a few mishaps that we have had making these videos, no more Winnie the Poohing it for me in the Daily Dose YouTube video. I will be wearing something from the waist down, most likely. Hey, if you'd like to contact the show, maybe tell us your New Year's resolutions for 2021 that you probably won't be keeping either. We would love to hear from you. Hit us up on email, dailydosports@gmail.com, or go find us over on Facebook or Twitter. Both of those handles are at Daily Dose Sports. Maybe you're bored. Maybe you've got a question. Maybe you want to talk sports. Maybe you need a little advice. Reach out to us. We would love to hear from you. Also, you can stop by dailydosesports.wordpress.com. If you missed the podcast, if you missed the video, if you want to buy some Daily Dose gear, you can go over to dailydosesports.wordpress.com and find everything over there. Hey, and I know the holiday season is now wrapping up, but there's a good chance you probably forgot someone on your list. As long as we're all doing that online shopping that we're doing, make sure you stop by tpublic.com and pick up some Daily Dose gear. We actually have a few new designs over there that you can get. We have our new Daily Dose football and Daily Dose basketball designs over there. And the great thing about ordering clothing over there, you can get it in whatever color it is that you want. But we've got t-shirts, we've got sweatshirts, we've got hoodies, coffee mugs, a number of items you can pick up. So make sure you stop by tpublic.com and you'll find exactly what you need. Okay, YouTube, be sure that you go over and you check out the rest of the podcast this week, because this week on the show, we're actually going to be giving a quick preview of that college football playoff that is coming up on Friday. Going to be some very interesting games there to watch. Plus, this week on the show, we are reflecting back on the year that was 2020. And yes, it was a wild year. Plus, we will have our Daly Dose Top 5 today, and it is actually counting down the top 5 ways that the year 2020 could have been even worse in the world of sports. So be sure you check out the full podcast this week. I will leave a link here in the comments on YouTube. Hope y'all are doing well. I will see you all next Wednesday. Have a safe and happy new year, and we will see you all in 2021.